Assalamu alaikum students. In the series of lectures on social linguistics, in my previous lecture I discussed different varieties of language, and I hope you might have clear idea about language varieties. Today the topic of my lecture is code switching. Let's see what is code switching. Code switching occurs when a speaker alternates between two or more languages or dialects or varieties of language in one conversation. It happens when someone begins speaking in a different language or dialect throughout the course of a conversation. This lexical practice occurs both by accident and on purpose for a host of different reasons. People who code switch can express their thoughts in multiple languages. Actually, course mixing applies to both monolingual and bilingual speakers. Monolingual speakers might switch between different language varieties or dialects. For example, a black woman might alternate between African American vernacular English and a standard English accent. In a bilingual sense, a traveler might use both English and Spanish to convey a point while traveling in Mexico. Why is code switching common? It's common practice because code switching allows people to express themselves in the way they see fit in any given scenario. For instance, in an English dominant culture, immigrants might speak exclusively in English to strangers, but revert to a mixture of English and their native language around family, friends, and other members of their speech community. Now let's see different types of code switching. These different types of code switching can occur depending on the specific situation. The first type of code switching is called intersentential. In this type of code switching, the language switch is done at sentence boundaries, words or phrases at the beginning or end of the sentence. This type is seen most often in fluent bilingual speakers. For example, in Urdu, you can take the example for by the way, आप क्या करने जा रहे हैं? The second type of code switching is called intrasentential. In intrasentential code switching, the shift is done in the middle of the sentence with no interruptions, hesitations, or pauses to indicate a shift. The speaker is usually unaware of the shift. For example, आज मैं क्लास नहीं लूँगी. You know, मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. The third type of code switching is called extraintentional or tag switching. This is the switching of either a single word or a tag phrase or both from one language to another. This type is common in intraintentional switches. It involves the insertion of a tag from one language into an utterance in another language. For example, जब मैंने ये डिसीजन लिया तो I was very happy. Thank you for watching.